What if I told you that the quietest choices you make today will be the loudest echoes in your 30s and 40s? Everyone treats their 20s like a practice round, but there are no practice rounds. A silent clock is running on your most valuable resource. And it isn't time, it's momentum. And most people are letting it slip away without even noticing. Right now, whether you're 22 or 28, you're making choices that echo through the rest of your life. The career you choose, like the habits you build, the relationships you invest in, these are compound interest machines. And here's what nobody tells you. The interest rate feels highest right now. Compounding time is on your side. Psychologist Meg J writes, your 20s are the defining decade of adulthood. Research she cites suggests many defining life events cluster by the mid-30s, and early career moves often shape long-term opportunities. Think of your 20s like this. You've been given 10 years of premium fuel. This fuel can launch you but it has an expiration date. Every month you coast, that fuel loses potency. By 30, it hasn't run out, but it's not premium anymore. The same effort at 23 can move you farther than at 33, because it compounds for longer. Over the next few minutes, I'll show you how to use this fuel. You'll learn the 6 traps that waste most people's 20s. The compound effect that separates the thriving from the surviving, because there's something happening to you right now that you can't see. And once you understand it, everything changes. As Mark Twain said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do. In your 20s, you often don't even know what those things are yet. You're so busy doing what you think you should do that you never ask what you actually want to do. Here's how the achievement trap works. You see friends posting wins, promotions, engagements, new apartments. You chase the same things, but you're comparing your inside to their outside. You don't see their Sunday anxiety, their relationship struggles, their 3 a.m. doubts. You see highlights and think you're falling behind. Here's a difficult truth. Playing it safe in your 20s can be the riskiest thing you do. Safe choices compound too. Every year you stay in a comfortable job is a year you're not building high-leverage skills. Every month you avoid a difficult conversation keeps your relationships surface level. Every day you skip taking care of your body is a day your future self pays for. But there's a force at work in your life that most people discover too late. Understand it, and you can harness it. Miss it, and you'll spend your 30s and 40s trying to make up for lost time. I call it the compound effect, and it's about to change how you see everything. Picture this. You improve by just 1% each day. Barely noticeable, right? After a week, not much. After a month, still subtle. But after a year of 1% daily improvement, you're not just a little better, you're around 37 times better. That's the compound effect. Now flip it. Decline by 1% daily. And after a year, you're a sliver of where you started. This isn't motivational fluff, it's math. And it's happening whether you realize it or not. As Will Durant summarized about Aristotle, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. But here's the twist. In modern life, compounding accelerates because knowledge, networks, and tools scale your effort. Let me make this practical. Take 2 23-year-olds. Emma reads for 30 minutes every morning. Just 30 minutes. Her friend Lisa scrolls social media. Fast forward 5 years. Emma's read over 100 books. She thinks differently, speaks differently, and sees opportunities others miss. Lisa, she's up to date on what everyone ate for breakfast. Your 20s are special for 3 reasons. First, your brain remains adaptable in young adulthood. Second, time, you have decades for improvements to compound. Third, energy. You can sustain effort levels that become harder later. Think of skills like bank accounts. In your 20s, you're not just depositing money, you're setting the interest rate. Learn to code now. And each year that skill gets more valuable. Build your network now, and every connection multiplies. Develop emotional intelligence now, and every relationship benefits. But bad habits compound too. Negative self-talk isn't just words. It programs your expectations. Toxic relationships don't just drain today, they shape who you become. Debt isn't just money, it's future freedom traded away. The question isn't whether you're compounding. You are, every day. The question is what you're compounding. Growth or decay? Confidence or doubt? Health or illness? Wealth or debt? The compound effect is a neutral force. It can build you an empire of success or a prison of regret. What determines the outcome are your daily habits. And that brings us to the 6 invisible traps that feed the beast of negative compounding. Let's name them so you can start dodging them everywhere. Let's name the 6 traps that quietly steal most people's 20s. See them once, and you'll start dodging them everywhere. The comparison game. The trap. Constantly measuring your own life against someone else's curated highlight reel. Why it's a trap. Social media shows the trophies, not the trade-offs. You see the perfect vacation, not the debt it caused. The promotion, not the 80-hour work weeks. This creates an unwinnable fight. You compare their polished best of real to your own raw, behind-the-scenes reality. It's like judging your everyday life against a blockbuster movie trailer. The inevitable result is a feeling of inadequacy, envy, and a sense that you're falling behind, which robs you of your own joy and sense of accomplishment. To escape the comparison trap, you don't need to log off forever. You just need to make a mental shift. S. Stay in your lane. Focus on your own race, on your own timeline. Your journey is not meant to look like anyone else's. H. Highlight gratitude. Shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. Gratitude is the direct antidote to envy. I. Identify the illusion. Actively remind yourself, this is a highlight reel, not the full story. This breaks the spell of comparison. F. Focus on progress. The only healthy comparison is you today versus you yesterday. Measure your own growth, not your rank against others. T. Tame your feed. Unfollow or mute accounts that consistently trigger feelings of inadequacy. Curate a digital space that inspires, not deflates. Comfort zone addiction. The trap. You choose familiar, easy tasks and call it productivity, avoiding the challenging work that leads to real growth. Why it's a trap. Your brain is wired to conserve energy and avoid risk. Sticking to the familiar provides a false sense of accomplishment. You're busy, but you're not moving forward. It's productive procrastination, where you check off a dozen low-impact items to avoid the one high-impact task that truly scares you. This addiction to comfort creates stagnation. You don't develop new skills, you don't solve bigger problems, and you don't unlock new opportunities. Over time, your world shrinks instead of expands, and you're left with the regret of what could have been if you had only dared to step outside the known. To escape comfort zone addiction, you don't need to take a massive, terrifying leap. You just need to take one small step. S. Start small. Break down the intimidating task into a ridiculously small first step. Use the 5-minute rule. Commit to working on the hard thing for just 5 minutes. Getting started is the biggest hurdle. T. Target the fear. Identify the number one task on your to-do list that you are avoiding. That is almost always the most important thing you need to do. Schedule a specific time to work on it, treating it like an unbreakable appointment. Embrace imperfection. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress and the best friend of the comfort zone. Give yourself permission to do it badly at first. A messy first draft is infinitely better than a perfect, non-existent one. The goal is to start, not to be perfect. P. Prize the effort, reward yourself for the act of trying, not just for the successful outcome. When you attempt something difficult, you are building the muscle of courage. Acknowledge and celebrate that effort to reinforce the habit of stepping into discomfort. The "I'll figure it out later" drift the trap. You delay making important choices, passively hoping that clarity will arrive on its own. Why it's a trap. This is the silent saboteur of progress. We believe that by not choosing, we are keeping our options open. In reality, inaction is a choice. It's the choice to let circumstances or other people decide for you. Clarity is not found in waiting. It is forged in action. The drift is the perfect word for it. Instead of steering your life with purpose, you float along, carried by the currents of daily demands and external expectations. By the time you look up, you find yourself in a place you never consciously chose, wondering how you got there. This trap doesn't feel like a dramatic failure. It feels like a slow, quiet fade into a life that isn't quite yours. To escape the I'll figure it out later drift, you don't need a crystal ball. You just need to get in the driver's seat and drive. D. Decide on a good enough path. Don't wait for the perfect option. Choose a direction that is good enough for now and commit to it. An imperfect decision that leads to action is always better than perfect indecision. R. Reversible decisions. Lower the stakes. Frame your choice as an experiment, not a permanent vow. Most decisions are two-way doors you can walk back through. What is the smallest, lowest risk version of this choice you can test? ES. Initiate action. Take one small, tangible step in your chosen direction. Immediately. Action is the engine of clarity. The momentum you build will generate the insights you've been waiting for. V. Value the feedback. Pay close attention to the results of your action. The real world provides the data and clarity that passive thinking never can. What's working? What isn't? E. Evolve your plan. Use the feedback you gather to course correct. Your initial decision isn't a life sentence, like it's a starting point. Adjust, refine, or even reverse your path based on what you learn. This is how you steer, not drift. The passion myth. The trap. You believe you must find your one true passion before you can start meaningful work, leading to analysis paralysis. Why it's a trap? The passion myth frames passion as a hidden treasure you must discover. This puts immense pressure on you to find a perfect career or calling from the outset. You overanalyze every option, asking, is this my true passion? Which leads to inaction because no option feels perfect enough. The truth is that passion is rarely found. It's forged. It grows as a result of action, competence, and contribution. By waiting for the lightning bolt of passion to strike, you miss countless opportunities to build it brick by brick. To escape this paralysis, stop searching for passion and start creating it. All you need is a single spark. S. Start with curiosity. Forget passion for a moment. What are you simply curious about? What topics do you enjoy learning about? Follow that small thread of curiosity. It's a low-pressure starting point. P. Prioritize action. Passion is a byproduct of engagement. You cannot figure out what you love from your couch. Take a small course, volunteer for a weekend, or start a tiny side project. Action creates the data your brain needs. A. Aim for competence. Passion often follows mastery. When you get good at something, you gain confidence and receive positive feedback, which makes the work more enjoyable and meaningful. Focus on building a valuable skill, and the passion will often follow. R. Run small experiments. Treat your career like a laboratory. Instead of making one massive, life-altering decision, run a series of small, low-risk experiments to test your hypotheses about what you might enjoy. K. Kill the one thing. Myth. You are a multifaceted person, and it's okay to have multiple interests and sources of meaning. Let go of the pressure to find one single passion that must fulfill all your needs. A meaningful life is a portfolio of passions. The productive procrastination loop. The trap. You fill your day with small, easy tasks to create the feeling of progress, while avoiding the most important work. Why it's a trap? This is one of the most seductive forms of self-sabotage. Your brain gets a small dopamine hit every time you check something off your list, like answering emails or organizing files. This creates an illusion of productivity. You feel busy and accomplished, but you are not effective. The one or two deep work tasks that would actually move your goals forward get pushed to tomorrow, indefinitely. You're spinning your wheels, mistaking motion for progress, and end the day exhausted but no closer to your real objectives. To break the loop and do work that matters, you need to sharpen your focus. F. Find your one thing. Ask yourself, what is the one task that, if I completed it today, would make the biggest impact? Identify that high-leverage activity first. This is your frog that you must eat. O. Obliterate distractions. Create a sacred space for deep work. Close unnecessary tabs, put your phone in another room, and signal to others that you cannot be disturbed. The small tasks can't tempt you if they aren't visible. C. Create a power hour schedule, a non-negotiable 60 to 90-minute block in your calendar, ideally at the start of your day, dedicated solely to your one thing. Treat this appointment with yourself as seriously as you would a meeting with your CEO. U. Use time blocking. Instead of a floating to-do list, assign every task a specific home on your calendar. This forces you to confront the reality of how much time you have and makes you more intentional with how you use it. S. Set a clear finish line. Don't start with a vague goal like work on the project. Define a specific, tangible outcome for your focus session, like write a 500-word first draft or complete the first 3 slides of the presentation. A clear target makes it easier to start and know when you're done. The all-or-nothing fallacy. The trap. You see your efforts in black and white terms. Either you execute your plan perfectly, or you are a total failure. Why it's a trap. This rigid mindset is the enemy of consistency. It sets an impossibly high bar, making you afraid to even start. Worse, it makes you incredibly fragile. The moment you have a small setback, eating one cookie on a diet, missing one day at the gym, writing a bad paragraph, the all-or-nothing brain declares the entire effort a failure. This often triggers a spiral of self-sabotage. Well, I've already blown it, might as well eat the whole box. It ignores the immense power of good enough and the cumulative effect of imperfect, consistent effort. To escape this perfectionist prison, you need to learn to live and win in the gray. G. Good enough is the goal. The goal isn't a perfect week of workouts. It's showing up 3 times even if one session is mediocre. An imperfect plan that you stick with is infinitely better than a perfect plan you abandon after one mistake. R. Reframe setbacks as data. A misstep is not a moral failure. It's a data point. Instead of "I failed," ask, "What can I learn from this?" Maybe your plan was too ambitious. Maybe you need more accountability. Use the information to adjust your strategy, not abandon it. Aim for consistency, not intensity. Focus on the streak, not the single heroic effort. Showing up and giving 80% effort every day will produce far greater results over a year than giving 120% for 1 week and then burning out completely. Y-yet is your power word all or nothing thinking is final. It says, "I am not good at this." Add the word yet to the end of that sentence. I am not good at this yet. This simple word transforms a fixed, judgmental statement into a growth-oriented one, leaving room for progress. You now see the traps. You understand the math of the compound effect, but knowledge is useless without action. So how do you start? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. Here's a simple exercise. I call it the future self letter. Take 5 minutes tonight and write a short email to yourself from the perspective of you at 30. What are they proud you started doing today? What do they beg you to stop doing? What one small proof of progress did you give them this week? That person is real, and they are counting on you. The Buddha said, "The trouble is, you think you have time. You don't have unlimited time, but you do have the rest of today. Pick one trap, just one, and take one small action to escape it. That's it. That's your 1% improvement. Tiny actions compounded over time create a massive trajectory. Start now." If this helped you see your 20s differently, subscribe for more videos to help you build a life you won't regret. And I want to hear from you. What's the one trap you're going to focus on this week? Drop it in the comments below.